And welcome to episode 49 of the Inside Drive podcast. As we always do, we got Jay Henley hanging out with us in the studio on this Friday. And of course, we got the OG, the producer from the radio show, the man, the myth, the legend himself, David Hayes in studio with us. Feel like we got the band back together.
Yes,
How are you
sir.
guys doing today?
Man, I'm doing phenomenal. It's awesome to be. I didn't know Jay was going to be here. I should have known because he's here every Thursday. But
For the most part.
for the most part, I mean, hey, he's doing it better here than at the radio
Well,
show.
it's only one day a week versus 5. So if you can't do one day a week, that'd be
No
tough.
doubt, man. But such
I'm
a
a
blessing.
one pump chump kind of guy.
Oh, there we go. One pump chump. Once a week at that. Okay. So no, great to be with you guys, man. It's so fun getting back with y'all. Like you said, getting the band back together because the rhythm, we don't even need anyone to count us in. He did a great job
I know
counting
what
us
you
in,
mean.
but I'll say the metronome type deal. So yeah, blessed to be here and thankful as always and love you guys, man. And everyone listening, appreciate you guys supporting my friend here.
Absolutely. We certainly appreciate the support of the Inside Drive podcast. Speaking of support, got to talk about some of our sponsors. I don't have one with me today, but the official juice of the Inside Drive podcast is Juice and Sunsets. As you guys know, Jay, this especially you falls in this category. Most people aren't getting the vitamins and nutrients their bodies need daily from everyday foods alone. Busy schedules, processed meals, and depleted soil make it harder than ever to fuel our bodies properly. When your body is undernourished, it cannot perform at its best, energy drops, immunity weakens, and inflammation creeps in. Fresh, nutrient-dense juices are simple, powerful ways to bridge that gap. They deliver essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants in a form your body can easily absorb, helping you feel better, think clearer, and make healthier choices one sip at a time. Visit Juice and Sunsets on Facebook to learn more, or head over to juiceandsunsets.com to place your order. They do both pickup and delivery, located over there in the Tapestry Park area. And then, of course, our good friends over there at Golf Plus, Alan Watson and his team do a fantastic job. Looking to elevate your golf game with custom-fitted clubs or pro-level gear? Step into Golf Plus, a golf retail and fitting destination with roots stretching back to its founding in Dothan back in 1988. At Golf Plus, the focus is simple: get you fitted right. They use industry-leading technology like the Foresight Game Changer 2 launch monitor in not one but 2 simulators and advanced shaft matching systems to dial in a perfect club for your golf swing. Whether it is a full set or just a retrofit of your current clubs. But it's more than just clubs. Golf Plus is a full-service shop from expert grip work and loft and lie adjustments to quality repairs and curated selection of top brands. You'll find everything you need to play your best. And now with its renovated shop right here in Panama City Beach, golfers and locals alike visiting the Gulf Coast can enjoy a premium fitting experience and apparel selection right by the sandy beaches. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned player, Golf Plus delivers personalized service, cutting-edge technology, and gear you can trust. Book your custom fitting or stop by the studio or stop by the shop today, because the right equipment can make all the difference out on the course. Just like every sponsor I have, they are located in the shops of Edgewater next to Firefly. You can give them a call at 850-249-2726 or book online at golfplusretail.com. And of course, we got the inflatable fairways, golfwithjay.com. Jay, tell us a little bit more, as you do every Thursday, about your new venture that you're running around the Southeast with.
Just trying to get it booked up, honestly. I mean, it's been a journey so far, but I've got some things in the pipeline that's really I can't really talk about right now. But
Ooh, tease! It's a tease!
Secrets, huh? Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone. Don't hurt us.
Yeah, let's just say it'll be a game changer. A game changer.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. There's an app about that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Does that,
Anyways.
does that have to do with a launch monitor?
Huh?
Is there a game changer
He's
launch
gonna just
monitor?
pull it out of you.
no, you can't pull it out of.
You already have a launch monitor, right? That comes with your system.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. But no, it's bookable for birthday parties, corporate events,
I'm waiting
weddings,
for you to book that bachelorette party.
bachelorette
Oh
parties.
my gosh! And Jay's emceeing at the same time,
I mean, hey, a block party. If there's a neighborhood full
That's a
of
great
like,
idea.
I
That
mean,
would
give
be-
me 120-volt electricity and we can have a time. That's
a lot
all
of
it
people
takes.
have that 122 hookup at their house as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do want to mention our American Charlie's Athlete of the Week. We had her and her coach in studio and with us Tuesday. That was Mackenzie Hatcher. She's an 11th grader from North Bay Haven. She won 2 1A state championships down at the weightlifting state championship. If you want to find out more information, just go back and watch Tuesday's episode. Some great conversation. Mackenzie's a great young lady, great athlete, plays all the sports, but excels in weightlifting. And of course, got to thank American Charlie's for their sponsorship of the Athlete of the Week. As you guys know, American Charlie's is your favorite American restaurant, conveniently located in the shops at Edgewater, next to Rocket Lanes and Firewood. They should just put a sign that says Inside Drive Podcast sponsors at the shops at Edgewater.
We need to set up in the parking lot with the simulator.
There's the block party location.
There you go. Shops at Edgewater. We can make that happen.
Yeah.
They have great daily specials, private rooms available for all parties, 15 TVs for all your sporting events, whatever it may be. Obviously, baseball is getting underway here pretty soon. March Madness right around the corner. They do military and first responder discounts daily. All your American favorites, fried chicken, pot roast, wings, burgers, shrimp, all those American classic dishes. They are now on DoorDash, so you don't even have to go in to enjoy their great food. They've made Mondays and every day of the week great now. They have happy hour daily from 4 to 6 p.m. in addition to their Early Eagle menu, which is just $14 entrees with 2 sides. Appreciate American Charlie's being our Athlete of the Week sponsor. I don't know how many Athletes of the Weeks we've given out, but it's got to be over 20 now. So again, appreciate American Charlie's for all they do, not only for the Inside Drive, but also for the local athletes here in Bay County and beyond.
And that's really cool, too. I mean, I have something to say about all of your sponsors, kind of. One sip at a time. I love that motto right there from the juice company, Juice and, what was it?
Sunset.
Juice and Sunset. Great name right there.
Too.
So we was talking about one step at a time, like kind of in life, just one step at a time. Hey, well, double up on that, baby. Get you one sip at a time. Also, I've been listening to 95.9, the Joy FM a lot. And Alan with Golf Plus has a great commercial on there talking about how God uses us just like the dimples on a golf ball, the imperfections there. Yep. And I love that. And then for the athletes, man, y'all don't know how important it is for all of you who sponsor local sports, man. For an athlete to get recognition like that, it continues their drive, and that's something that is so important in this day and age because there's so many different avenues for kids to be able to go. I mean, they could just sit on their phones these days and be entertained. So the fact that we're continuing on athletics, appreciate you, American Charlie, there for making this happen. All the sponsors, great sponsors.
I mean, and that's we talk about that all the time. I try to focus as much as I can on local athletes because, like you just said, you're out there playing whatever sport it may be. If you don't see a lot of people in the stands, that makes a difference. If you're getting recognized for your achievements, that makes you more fueled up and, like you said, more wanting to drive, more wanting to keep that going. And, we all played sports growing up, and we remember how it felt like if we had a good game or, somebody came out after the game or something like that and said, great job. The littlest things make the biggest difference, so I appreciate you saying that, David.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, and how about the kid from Florida Gulf Coast College, the basketball player? Have y'all seen him where he's played the last 3 or 4 years and he hasn't scored one basket? So therefore, like, they had 2 million views. He's got 2 million people.
Stories. Yeah.
And so he scored his first basket the other night, and everybody went wild.
Is that the Florida Gulf Coast that's down south?
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I love stories like those, man. Have you heard about the conspiracy? And it's not even a conspiracy, just kind of like connecting the dots with Jack Hughes.
Some of it, yeah.
So basically, you had. The last player to be cut from the Miracle team was Jack Hughes. He played for the Colorado Rockies. The Colorado Rockies turned into the New Jersey Devils. So pretty cool little full circle effect. And dude, that was one of the most. I was in church, headphones in, watching the overtime, watching the third period in overtime. And when that happened, I'm just like, I go out into the floor. You're like. Here's another way for me to praise you, God.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you couldn't miss that one. That's for sure. And speaking of not missing that one, they set some records on that particular broadcast.
Yeah,
20.7 million viewers that peaked at 26 million live viewers for the game-winning goal. That makes it the most watched pre-9 a.m. Eastern Time sporting event in U.S. history. That was one of the tough things about it. I mean, if you were going to watch it, it was early, had to get up. We just got back from a 7-on-7 event over in Daphne, Alabama. So made sure I got up in time to see that game because I wasn't going to miss that one. I know you missed it, I'm sure.
I did not watch 1 second of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's so funny how that worked out, though. So after they beat, who'd we beat? Was it Finland?
In the
semis.
Sweden.
No, it was Slovakia.
That's
we beat Sweden in the quarters.
Which I thought was a tougher game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We took care of business handedly against Slovakia. But then they put up their 8-10 Eastern. I'm like, what in the the world? Like, this is one of the biggest games of all time. Y'all gonna put it up at 8:10, which is Eastern time, 7:10 Central. So I set my alarm for 6:55, and then as I get when the second period ended, I'm like, I have just enough time to get to church on time. Like, God, thank you for putting it at 7:10.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah.
allowing it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, to happen like that. So
Yeah,
it's funny how
absolutely.
we'll look at something and be like, dadgummit, and then it's like, oh, well, thank you very much.
Well, and growing up, all hockey players were used to practicing either really late at night or early in the morning. So they should have just played the game at 7 p.m. Eastern time over here.
Yeah.
Obviously, over there that would have been in the beginning of the morning. So I understand why. But that's why we always love when the Winter Olympics are over here in the States. But Jay, you know how long it was since the USA men's team won the gold medal?
I do. It was the year I was born, actually, 1980.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how many years is that?
45.
46 because the Olympics have.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You're
right.
45, but you still got a
That's
birthday
right.
coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't turned 46 yet. This
That's
year.
an A
thank God.
minus.
Yeah.
You
That's
got
a
it
slight
kind of
deduction
right.
for getting it wrong. They wouldn't give you the whole question wrong, just a couple, like a half point off the question.
So 1980. Where was that Olympics?
Come on,
Where
man.
was it? Was it Moscow?
Think Placid.
Placid.
Lake Placid.
That's a movie. That's a movie.
Yeah, that was a movie about a monster in like the Loch Ness monster type movie.
yeah. Oh, Loch Ness
No,
monster.
Lake Placid was famously where the 1980 Miracle on Ice happened.
Where's that?
New York.
Oh,
See,
is it
So
really?
I'm glad that we didn't get that deep into it because I was gonna be like, I think it's in Utah. I'm not sure.
No,
See,
yeah.
this is what the balance brings, right? Real intelligence, somewhat like
Absolutely nothing.
no.
No,
Movies, quotes.
Random stuff that you wouldn't expect him to know. He just
Exactly.
fires out.
Look at him dance with that football.
Speaking of that,
RIP,
he's
know,
had a
man.
tough last few weeks
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Vanderbeek passing, unfortunately.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, the first person I thought
Yeah.
of was him because he was pretty young too,
Yeah.
dealing with what colon cancer, I believe.
I
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough, man.
Yeah.
But who's the only coach is really the only one left from that main character?
Bud Kilmer's the only one. Billy
The oldest
Bob.
one.
Yeah.
They should have listened to Bud.
Yep.
Yep.
And they didn't.
Nope.
So, yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, I don't know.
Billy Bob had too many concussions.
He did. Yeah, he did.
I can
And,
empathize with
Paul
that.
Walker.
Yeah.
Paul Walker.
Well, and you know why
Wait,
Paul
oh,
Walker
yeah, I
died, right?
Yeah.
That's a big conspiracy theory.
Uh,
Not to get into it.
Well,
but
I mean,
he was
we're
about
here.
to out a bunch of people in the, all those rings and stuff like that. And then, like, the day he was supposed to do it is when that car accident happened.
So these files that we.
Yep.
Oh wow! You know my name's in that actually.
Is it?
Not like my actual name,
But
but
what your name
David
is.
Hayes is. Yeah, Kyle Wright sent it to me the other day, so I was like, "Hey, look, I finally made it. I'm famous."
yeah, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, there we go. Not
It's
what
just
I would.
another person named David Hayes. Jay.
I've never been to a Mayo clinic, so.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, the Team USA thing just keeps going and going
Yeah.
and going, which I'm here for that. A lot of people are starting to criticize Team USA for, continuing this celebration. But
No.
man, we hadn't won the gold medal in 46 years.
And we beat our arch rival in Canada. Canada, to a large extent, outplayed us in the second and third
Pretty
period.
much the entire game for
Yeah.
the most part.
Outside of when what's his name got the goal, is it Bodie? The defenseman that from Minnesota, but he got the first goal, and was that thing not amazing?
Yeah.
Just to have the hand-eye to get that thing up in the air, settle it down,
Past
make the
two
move.
defenders,
Oh,
and then
my-
make that sweet move where you just drop it on the blocker side low. That's pretty
Oh,
sweet.
man.
That's pretty sweet for sure. But yeah, Canada seems to be really butthurt about this whole thing.
They should be.
Yeah, they should for sure.
Yep.
Like complaining about the 3-on-3
overtime.
overtimes and all that. You had a 5-on-3 penalty for like a minute and 40 seconds, and you couldn't score a goal. And then of course the unbelievable save there by Hollebuck on.
And not only that, if it wasn't 3-on-3 overtime, that benefited Canada in at least 2 games
Yeah.
prior, because when it comes to Canada and USA, yes, they're very physical teams, but they also have a lot of finesse. Maybe not as much as what Sweden and Finland do overall,
Yeah.
but in my opinion, Canada was aided by the 3-on-3 overtime as well.
I totally agree, because I was saying the 3-on-3 overtime is always going to benefit the team that has more skill and speed.
Yep.
And obviously Canada, those 3 players that were on the ice when that goal scored, some of the best players in the world, hands down. But
How much do you think like the lack of Sidney Crosby in that game really played? When I had that same thought,
Yeah.
but then when I went back and looked at his numbers this year, obviously your captain, you know,
Yeah.
I don't think the chemistry is affected, but just that dig deep in games like that. But also Canada's,
Yeah.
Sydney's 38, but he's having a pretty good season for
He
being
is.
38,
He is, for
59
sure.
total points, I think. So
And yeah, obviously a big part of Team Canada over the years.
Yeah.
But him being out, I didn't really see it as that big of an excuse, quote unquote.
And they make that goal if Hellebuck doesn't make like the save of a lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, and it's Tampa Bay Lightning's coach that was one of the hypercriticals of that, and it's like, coach, come on, like we play that in the regular season all year long, and I'm thoughts and prayers with Coach Cooper as he just lost his father and will be missing the first 2 games. He's got one more game to miss, but that's obviously a tough time. But yeah, I really don't like excuses.
Yeah.
But here's the other flip side of that, because I always try to be somewhere not riding the fence, but somewhere on both sides, is we always criticize. We always want coaches to be like, just be real, just be transparent. And then when they are, we're like, why would you say something like that?
Yeah.
So it's like we can't have it both ways
You're
as
damned
fans.
if you do, damned if you don't as a coach, that's for sure. I was going to mention, too, on that 3-on-3 goal that USA scored, I don't know which Canadian player it was, but Jack Hughes should have been caught by that last Canadian player. He was supposed to backcheck and get back there. So, and you see in the one video from the angle where they're going down the other side of the ice, he's kind of watching the play develop. If that was, my high school hockey coach and I did that, I would be chewed out something special.
You'd still be skating suicides.
Yeah, exactly. Again.
Yeah.
Yep. But obviously, too, the Gaudreau story is pretty special too. And I came across this Facebook post and wanted to read it. I don't know who wrote this potentially, but it says, "Dear Meredith," who was the wife of the late Johnny Gaudreau.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I bet it was an exciting day sitting in the middle of a roaring crowd in Milan, red, white, and blue everywhere. The boys, some of them you know well, making history as Olympic champions. But I bet there's something else sitting with you today. Grief. I remember reading about the death of your husband, Johnny Gaudreau, and his brother, Matty, in 2024, 2 young men in the prime of their lives gone. I don't really follow hockey. Don't tell my Minnesota relatives. So Johnny Hockey wasn't a nickname I knew. But this week, like so many other Americans, Team USA pulled us in. I also have a 3-year-old who loves sports, so we started paying attention. When Quinn Hughes scored that overtime goal in the quarterfinal against Sweden, my new little hockey nut jumped around like in the kitchen like he had won it himself. During the semifinal game against Slovakia, the broadcast showed you in the crowd. You were holding a blue sippy cup out to a busy toddler, a brown-haired little girl. Johnny Gaudreau's family flew in this morning, the announcer said. You were there again for the gold medal game against Canada. You sat with your late husband's parents on one side, his children on the other, and my heart went out to you. Because the longer I live, the more I'm acquainted with the cruelty of grief. It spares no one. And yet we learn to go on living with our scarred hearts. We brush wispy hair from sleepy brows. We pack lunches and change diapers and fold laundry. We do our best to pray it's enough, that we're enough. Eventually, we find ourselves sitting with memories of instead of being crushed by them, feeling pain and gratitude in the same heartbeat. Having a toddler with a sippy cup. As I watched your daughter and son, Johnny Jr., on his 2nd birthday, we were swept up in the arms of your husband's teammates, taking them to center ice. They took a photo with the team and those gold medals and a jersey with Johnny's name and number on the back. For Johnny, they said in interviews. That says more than a scoreboard ever could. So did your presence in the stands. It's what I'll remember long after the excitement of Team USA's win fades. The love.
Man.
Just thought that was a really good note there.
Powerful,
for sure.
man. And that's one thing that I just continue to find love in sports for is, as that guy mentioned, he's not even a big hockey fan.
Yeah.
But that's what this game can do is draw people in. And then for someone to take time out of their day watching a game that they necessarily don't care about and to see that and to write a letter, I don't know if it's anonymous or not, but that right there, I mean, I saw the picture. I wasn't able to watch the game close enough to be able to notice the minute details of what's going on in the crowd or hearing every little thing. I wasn't listening to intermission reports or anything like that. But I saw the picture, and as someone, as we all have, dealt with grief in some way, shape, or form, when someone notices your grief and is a support system, a pillar, if
Yep.
you will, that can change your day.
Yeah.
And it can, and you, that's something then that you can fall back on. So kudos to that man or that person, that human being, for taking time out of their day to write such a beautiful letter.
Yep.
And thoughts and condolences again still with Meredith Goudreau.
Yep. There's I think it's the documentary. I think it's on HBO Max, if I remember correctly, about the NHL. Kind of goes behind the scenes and all that stuff, and talks about that story pretty in depth, which I thought was.
Because they were on a bike ride.
Yep. And they got hit by, was it a drunk driver?
I think it was a drunk driver, yeah.
But a couple years later, Team USA wins the gold medal, so you just never know, I guess. Jay, do you know what the NFL Combine is?
Enlighten me.
That's it.
Take a guess.
Yeah, take it. I like this.
come
I
on,
like this.
guys.
I don't
Just
get
take
to
a
do this
guess.
ever unless you're here, so.
Well, I mean, I randomly before the show, I guess y'all said something about combine. And I'm like, are we going to talk about combine?
No, we're not.
He's
Okay,
gonna
good.
take-
All right, but
So
all right.
the first word, what you said I, and then you said a 3-letter word after that, and you said I ran across this earlier, so I'll give you what you said. So it has to do with that.
What? Oh yeah. No,
Just
yeah.
take a guess.
Speed, agility, talent.
Cognitive ability,
Yeah.
all that particular stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what
yeah.
sport
You're
is
right
it
on point.
specifically for? Professional sport is it specifically for?
And he gave you the answer to this.
Coach Cloudy, is it for the foosball?
Yes,
It is.
yes.
It is. Look at you. Word association. We got you there.
I miss those.
Just like the
games.
good old days. I don't really do that because the other people don't know him
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
yeah.
as I do, and obviously you do. So I try not to be too bad to him
Yeah,
on
yeah.
days we have other guests in.
Yeah.
It's a character I play for 45 minutes. I can promise you that.
You do a great job playing that character.
Yeah,
You should
yeah.
really be an actor. All you have to do is send them the shows, and they probably hire you immediately. They're like, this guy can really act like he doesn't know anything. We need to put him in a movie specifically.
People don't know how hard that is, though, for Jay
Yeah.
to sit up here, because he actually, Ryan's knowledge, my knowledge.
Yeah.
Hold on, if I stand up, I
Yeah,
can get to
okay,
Jay's knowledge.
okay.
So to
Yeah,
act
yeah,
like
yeah.
he
So at
doesn't
this
know,
point,
yeah.
You're actually probably a
Starting to
card-carrying
smell a
member
lot of
of
stuff
Mensa.
in here.
Yeah, it's getting a little like a bathroom, huh?
Is that like
Yeah.
a genius?
Yeah, Mensa
yeah.
is like you're a certain IQ range that like most people aren't. It's
Is
like
it spelled MENSAH?
I think it's just MENSA.
Okay,
but
well,
I'm
the
not-
quarterback for Duke that won the ACC championship last year, Darian Mensah, so I was about, must be a genius.
Do you remember in Billy Madison when that teacher was like something about the book and he goes, I can read 2 words in that book.
Yep.
I can read 2 words.
I feel like I've had a few of those in front of me before, like, what? Or going to doctor's offices and listening to them talk. I'm like, bro, speak some English, will you?
3 syllables or more, like you can't do it.
All right, I'm out.
I'm out.
So apparently Jay met all these criterias. To be in a Mensa, it's the world's largest and oldest high IQ society, open to individuals who score in the top 2% of standardized supervised intelligent tests. It was founded back in 1946. The membership criteria: applicants must achieve a score at or above the 98th percentile on an approved proctored IQ test. The organization aims to identify and foster human intelligence, encourage research into the nature of intelligence, and provide a stimulating environment for members. Members range from the age of 2 to 100, representing a diverse backgrounds and professions. There are local, national, and international groups hosting meetings, conferences, and special interest groups. Jay, tell us a little bit about this society. I'd like to know it from the inside.
It's a secret.
It
Is that the
That's-
secret you weren't going to bring up
it is.
earlier?
It's
That
a
you're
secret.
leaving Mensa
Yeah.
because it's not smart enough for
That's
you?
right. Yeah. There's a secret handshake.
He's starting a new one called Jaya.
Yeah,
Right.
falls under the golfwithjay.com umbrella.
Hey, there you go.
Perfect. But anyway, speaking of the NFL Combine, it gets underway this afternoon at 2 p.m. Today is defensive linemen, linebackers, and place kickers. And then tomorrow it's defensive backs and tight ends. And, of course, the one everybody really wants to watch. On Saturday, it's quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs, and then finishes with the offensive linemen on Sunday. Those are both starting at 12 noon on the NFL Network. And, of course, a lot of the Jay, can you name any of the competitions or any of the – I guess it's a competition.
40-yard dash.
That's right.
Yeah, 40-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
No 100-yard
No.
dash, just a 40.
Vertical jump.
Yep, there's another one. Good job. There's 2.
Let's see.
The other ones are more position specific.
Shuttle.
Yeah, they do a shuttle run. I believe that's what, a 40-yard shuttle run?
No,
20-yard.
I don't know exactly what the yardage is. It can't be that long because it's like 10 yards this way, 10 yards that way, maybe even 5 yards. But it's something quick to test your
20-yard
agility.
shuttle, and they have a 60-yard shuttle as well.
Oh, they got a 60-yard shuttle?
That may be more specific for the
lineman.
The skill group. Yeah.
Get out there, boy. Run 3/4 of this field.
It's crazy.
Let's see. What else do you got? Passing concepts, right?
Yep.
Running routes
Specific
and
there
whatnot.
for the
Then they do the cognitive test, but I don't think we get to see anything of that. We only get to hear we get to hear things if they're negative.
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Like, oh, this guy
you don't hear
this guy didn't answer this question exactly how we wanted it.
Who was the guy at quarterback recently that they said did it horrible on the maybe that was CJ Stroud, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was CJ Stroud on that what is it, Wonderlic test?
Yep.
Yeah, and so I think
his rookie year he just absolutely balled out.
Yeah.
So it may not be.
It's so funny in the card world, how quick someone will people like, and I generalize because it's not a specific thing. You have some collectors who like, I don't care, but like Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, not as much Bo Nix because it wasn't his fault; it was an injury. But even Drake May, like the guy who was in the Super Bowl, is like, oh, his value is gone. It's like, bro, I promise you, by preseason of next year, you're going to be right back into the hype.
Yep.
And it's just funny watching how people go about things and being able to take a step back and see really how quick that like up and down stock market is in a value. Whereas like back in the day, like I don't see nobody saying, man, Dan Marino just wasn't a good quarterback. The only thing you could say about Dan Marino is he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
But does that take away from the career that guy had? Like if Josh Allen never wins a Super Bowl, are we going to say, man, he just wasn't that great of a quarterback? Like you cannot watch that man play football and deny the fact that he's now Drake May. I think there's some things that are still up in the air, but here's the beautiful thing about football, man, is when you like what Vrabel did over there.
Yeah.
You know, starting with the trenches, and then if your quarterback is elevated enough to be able to do what the coach wants to do, because that's what it comes down to. Perform the game plan. Don't outperform. Who's the best quarterback in the league? I think it's very easy to say Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Where were the Chiefs last year? Not in the postseason.
Yep.
It comes down to team first. Great quarterbacks can take you places, but if you ain't got those trenches settled down, it's not going to matter that much.
I mean, and we've learned too how important the offensive coach is for these young quarterbacks, because we've seen so many, like the Sam Darnold story. Obviously, that's been focused on quite a bit. But he goes to the Jets and then bounces around a little bit, goes to the Niners, maybe learns a little bit more, and then goes up there to Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell. Has a great season, but then falls off kind of at the end, and that's all everybody was expecting him to do this year. Goes to a really young team with great line, great defense, great wide receiver, great running back, and all of a sudden he's a rock star now.
JSN is becoming. I've always been. I say always. Justin Jefferson to me has been the best wide receiver, but not because of the combination of, yes, what he can do on the field is amazing, but so can Jamar Chase, so can Stephon Diggs, like all of these guys, right? But they have that more egotistical diva mindset. Yep. Not saying that these other guys don't, but JSN, bro, like he's got all of that, and it's just like, I don't care if I catch a single pass in the Super Bowl. Like, are we going to get the dub?
Yep. That's
what matters. And so JSN is really becoming one of my favorites. But yeah, beautiful season by Sam Darnold. For all the people who've been like on the fence about him, but still kind of trying to support him, and he finally gets it done. That was awesome.
Pretty special there for Mr. Darnold. Who do you think the next quarterback will be? Obviously, Baker Mayfield's been talked about in this role because he went to the Browns and they kind of threw him to the side, and he's kind of come back to the Bucs and resurged a little bit.
So like journeyman quarterback,
that may find a landing spot there that does like what did for Sam Darnold.
Man, that's so tough because I think Baker is like the obvious. I think Matt Stafford was one of the first ones to do it. Well, not one of the first ones to do it. That would be crazy to say, but in recent memory,
in the what we're talking about,
Detroit Lions. As far, I mean, it's so finicky because you got to find. I'm gonna say, I can't say Justin Herbert because he's still with the Chargers. But the reason. You brought up those offensive coaches. Yep. They've got Harbaugh. Now getting Mike McDaniel, he's going to get a relief of stress
Mike
Yeah.
McDaniel.
Oh yeah.
doppelganger.
Where did he land?
He's
They
the Chargers.
just said the
OC.
Chargers.
Yeah, you know, he's too
Put your
smart.
listening
No,
ears
he's
on.
too
Yeah, he's too
smart for
smart. He doesn't
all-
know.
He's too smart
This
for
is
that.
too dumb.
He'll
I'll listen
figure
to
it
NFL in September.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
But,
in golf and baseball.
I really like that for him. We'll see. I'll have to look at more of what the movement is, but also on that line, I'm excited for the Titans having Dayball come over and be the head coach
Yeah.
or be the OC for Cam
yeah.
Ward, and then Salah gets a chance to kind of run with an organization that's not the Jets. But to me, it's going to come down to, is Amy Adams Sistrunk, the owner, is she going to let the coaches, the general managers and the coaches do their thing, or is there going to be more of a miscommunication? And then at that point, Cam Ward's going to be fitting into this category because he's going to go somewhere else and he's going to do great things because the kid's a dog. He's a winner, and he doesn't try to do too much. There was times last year where he was getting frustrated with, why are we being so plain Jane? I know we're not winning games, but so then he started trying to do too much, and I think he reeled that in at the end of the year. So I'm really excited about him. I know there's some Titans biasy with that, but yeah, another quarterback. See, Kyler Murray, I don't really.
I don't know if he's even going to be playing here in the next year or
and
two.
he might go try baseball, and
I was thinking
baseball will find him out real quick, bro. You can't,
Yeah.
you cannot sit there and play Call of Duty. You better be in the cage, son, and not in the cage for the TV screen and a video game controller.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
UFC cage.
that would be interesting to see.
You can move around pretty
Him in
fast in that octagon.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
there you go. There you go.
Jay, did you see Kirk Cousins is going to be released by the Atlanta Falcons?
March 11th.
Yep. The reason why I bring this up is because given he's kind of bounced around a little bit, basically, what, 2 teams?
Yeah. So, well, no, because you go Redskins, Commanders,
That's right, I
you
forgot he
go
was on Washington.
Vikings, and then you go Falcons. And honestly, I wanted the Titans to get Kirk Cousins last year. Now I'm out on that, but
Yeah.
I thought that it would be. I don't like throwing rookie quarterbs into the fire. I
Right off the
I
jump,
don't
yeah,
think that that's
absolutely.
a good idea. But if Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to if he doesn't go back to the Steelers, I think that could be very interesting. A lot of people are high on Malik Willis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I can't say no because he wasn't a great fit for the offense, and Vrabel didn't trust him with the Titans. What he's done with Green Bay, he
Yeah.
beat the Titans. He was sufficient in place of Jordan Love. Could Malik Willis be that guy? I think Baker Mayfield is the answer to that question. It'll be interesting to see who Malik Willis. That's what it comes down to. Is that quarterback a fit with the OC, with the head coach,
Yep.
with the offense? Because if
Absolutely.
it's not a fit, then it's just
Yeah,
not
maybe
going
it's
to
a
work.
losing battle for sure. But the reason I bring that up is because Kirk Cousins is 4th all time on NFL earnings, and he's left teams, fairly not quickly, but you know what I mean. Atlanta is giving him. They gave him $100 million for 2 seasons of work. And that brings his career earnings up to, like I said, the 4th most ever at $321 million. That is $1 million behind Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers is number 2 on that list with $394 million. Do you guys know who's number 1 on the list? Jay, you should know because he's got a connection to some of the schools you like. So, quote unquote.
Matthew Stafford.
Holy crap! I guess that was a good enough hint.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, the most
Let's
the
go.
genius.
Let's go. Let's go.
proving his Mensa point. But anyway, yeah, Matt Stafford has made $408 million in his career. So the fact that Kirk Cousins, obviously, he's never really won anything big. He's obviously had a great career, but the fact that he's made $321 million is just pretty insane.
If anybody's looking for a Matthew Stafford downtown, come see me tonight on eBay Live. I got you one for $450. Let's go.
There you go.
Dang.
Future Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. You think he's got one more year left for the Rams?
I mean, dude, he's such a dog.
Yeah, he really is.
I really, you know what I would like the Rams to. Actually, the 49ers. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think if Tua could get into another fast-paced offense, and
Yeah.
I think the 49ers are that, that would be interesting. I was going to say Rams, but then again, I look at Matthew Stafford, and you got to have someone who can take a beating over there with the Rams. I would like to see Stafford give it one more go, and the Rams, I mean, with what they had with Devontae Adams, Puka is just insane as well. I would like to see him give it one more shot, but at the same time, like if your body's telling you it's time, then I would not. You got the ring. You got what a lot of quarterbacks, what a lot of players set out to do in the National Football League. So it's really an up to him. Like, I wouldn't be disappointed by any means if he didn't. If I was a Rams fan, I'd be like, please, bro, please stay one more year. But I'll say that I do think he plays one more year.
I like it. Some of the top landing spots for Kirk Cousins mentioned by Bleacher Report. It's got, obviously it's got the Steelers on there, but it's got the Minnesota Vikings again, maybe a potential return back to the Vikings. I don't know how happy they are with J.J. McCarthy.
I think we were both on the same page about there's a lot of hype around J.J., but I don't think it's warranted by any means. Kid was great in high school, great in college, doesn't translate to the NFL by any stretch of the imagination. I do think that the Vikings should have, look, he got injured early in his first year, like preseason, I think, right?
Yeah.
If it wasn't preseason, it was early on. They should have went with someone else and let JJ learn some more, give him a year of actually being able to participate. However, Michigan fans are going to ride with him till they die, you know, and that's fine. That's fine. But, you know, watching from an unbiased point, like using your legs more than your arm, like the reason Michigan was so good was because they had a killer defense and they had a great
really
run game. That's going to make any quarterback look good.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Darnold, like, hey, look, we love him and all, and I support him. He threw for 50% in the Super Bowl. Like, if it wasn't for K9 and the kicker, and the kicker could have won Super Bowl MVP, and I don't think anyone would have batted an eye.
Absolutely. That's who I was actually pulling for to win MVP.
Yeah,
but Walker makes sense, too. He had a monster game.
Yeah. Yeah, K9 was huge in that one.
Where do you think he'll end up? Obviously, I don't
Tyreek Hill, I think just go back to the Chiefs, man. If you can. With Rashee Rice and how that just continues to go downhill, I think he's got another situation.
Ridiculous.
Go back to the Chiefs. I think it would be really interesting. Could you imagine having Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and then Tyreek Hill in the slot right there for Matthew Stafford? Because now you've got that even, like, they use Puka on so many short routes that it's huge, but to have someone who could stretch the field but is he going to be a distraction?
Yeah.
That's the issue. He needs to go somewhere where the child support is very, is more favorable towards the fathers, which I don't know if there's states like that, being as someone who's not I'm not experienced
probably
in child
not where
support.
There's a football team. It's probably like Montana or North Dakota or something like that.
I would be okay with because the Titans. I don't like my expectations for the Titans next year is like if we get to 7 wins. It's like, all right, we're building in the right direction. I would be okay with Tyreek Hill. We do that all the time. Get the old receivers who really aren't themselves anymore. So, hey, let them go to the Ravens first, and then we'll take them at the time. That's a good place for them, too, the Ravens. Hooking up with Lamar Jackson.
For sure.
How many kids does Tyreek have? 13? Is it 13?
It's a bunch it's more kids than the baby mamas, from what I understand.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it can't be the other way around, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, with twins or triplets.
Oh, yeah. So is he outpacing Phillip Rivers then? Phillip Rivers has all them kids and no child support. I think that's pretty daggone impressive. Huh?
Really? Yeah.
He's got 11, right?
I mean, I guess he's got child support in the sense of supporting his children, but it's not.
I think he makes
mandated.
made enough money to make that happen. And then he got his health insurance back last year by coming and playing there for the Colts. So.
But he also pushed his Hall of Fame thing out 5 years. I don't think he cared. I mean, if you're going to be in the Hall of Fame, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. Phillip Rivers is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
With 11 kids and no health insurance, I'm sure he put
his oldest son just committed to North Carolina State. Well, I don't know if it's his oldest son, but
one
I'm
of
assuming.
his sons,
One of 11.
There's some odds there. The chances are good.
Yeah, especially with
somebody's coming out.
with your DNA, that's for sure.
What if all 11 of them ended up being quarterbacks, bro? That would be. Well, I guess he's got to have some girls in
But
there.
I mean,
right?
they could be flag football quarterbacks.
Bro, how about the flag football locally? Is that not awesome?
I'm going to talk about that as we get closer to the end of the show because I called the game last night at Arnold between Arnold and
let's
South
go!
Walton. It was an unbelievable game. We'll get into that just a little bit more. Big one coming up tomorrow night between Mosley and Arnold over there at Arnold. At Cadillac Stadium.
If I wasn't working, I'd be at that one for sure.
It's going to be a fun one. Just a couple quick highlights on some of the freaks in the freak list for the Combine. You got Kenyon Sadiq. He's a tight end for Oregon. He bench presses 435 clean while weighing he did 365 on a clean while weighing 255. His vertical is 41.5 inches. at 255 pounds. That's
He's
pretty
almost
crazy.
got my max in bench press.
Yep.
Keep growing, buddy. Keep growing.
He's almost there. Sonny Styles, everybody knows that name, linebacker there for Ohio State. He's can run 23.2 miles an hour. He broad jumped. That's another one of the combine competitions last year at 11 feet. And he's 6'4", 243 pounds. Imagine a guy like that running at you at 23 miles an hour.
And being able to jump over you.
Yeah.
Broad jump. Like, who come up with that name? Is
Well,
that
it's
like,
like-
a,
Well, because you're jumping broadly. It's almost a literal name of what you
is
do.
that like a woman jump though? Like,
Well, I mean, I guess how tall she is, you might be able to jump over her.
He was able to jump over 11 broads.
oh my lord. Okay.
Okay.
Another couple guys, Kendrick Law, who's a wide receiver
Oh,
from
yeah.
Kentucky. He's 6 foot,
Did
203.
he end up at Kentucky? So he went Bama, Texas, Kentucky. There you go.
He's just getting a nice little tour of the country. Like you said, began his career at Alabama. He had 33 catches and 1 TD before he transferred to Kentucky, where he had a little bit more success. He also hit 23.2 miles an hour with elite explosiveness. If he runs the 40, it could be in the high 4.2s, which is pretty crazy. Linebacker.
He's one of those very athletic tight ends,
Yeah.
by the way. I guess he didn't go to Texas, just went straight from Bama to Kentucky. But yeah, that guy, just one of those guys who couldn't wait his turn, I guess, at Bama, or figured it would be better, greener pastures elsewhere. But yes, very athletic.
Absolutely. And then the BYU linebacker, Jack Kelly. He's taken one of the more interesting paths to the combine. 6'2", 242. He's a former BMX dirt champion. He had 13 and a half tackles for a loss, 10 sacks, and forced 2 fumbles in this past season. He should be expected to run in the low 4.5s. No linebacker has been clocked less than 4.23 in the last 5 years. He should also be able to do the short shuttle, which is the 20-yard one, in 4 seconds or less, which is fast. Zane Durant is a defensive tackle from Penn State. David Bailey is an edge rusher
That's
from
who
Texas
I was.
Tech.
That's the guy who Yeah, David Bailey, bro.
Eli Stowers is a tight end from Vanderbilt. Remember his name quite a bit. Diego Pavia's number 1 target there. That's for sure. And then you got Caden Proctor, who's a defensive lineman from Alabama.
He's an offensive lineman.
Sorry, I can't read.
Oh, you're okay.
6'7", 366. He ranked number 2 with a remarkable jump numbers at that size.
How many
Vertical-
broads did he jump?
Depends on how.
That's how it's going from now on. Line them up.
well, it depends on. Anyways,
I brought the ride. Oh my God, Jay. Why did I say that?
It makes perfect sense though, so
It
I'm not opposed to it.
oh god.
He jumped 32 inches on his vertical and only jumped 9 broads plus 9.5. 9-3 broads. So I don't know how you have like less than 1 broad, but you can figure it out. So
I think whenever we have the block party, how many broads can you flop over? Not only did we put them wide, but we stack them on.
yeah, make the wall.
9 broads high and 10 broads wide.
Stack them deep, sell them cheap.
There you go. But Proctor can put some incredible numbers up. He squatted 850 pounds and bench pressed 535 pounds and he did a power clean of 405. Obviously an absolute beast out there on the field. Avril Reese, an edge rusher from Ohio State. Peter Woods, a defensive lineman from Clemson. Ted Hurst, a wide receiver from Georgia State. Deion Burks, wide receiver from from Oklahoma. Logan Jones, who's a center from Iowa. Brennan Thompson, wide receiver from Mississippi State.
Oh, that kid. I think he's rather short.
Yeah,
led
5'9",
the SEC.
170.
Led the SEC in receiving yards last year. Which the quarterback play at Mississippi State, when is it ever good since really Dak Prescott? They've had a couple along the way. If you're a Mississippi State fan, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you know it's true. Come on, let's be real. But yeah, that kid right there, man, only 5'9", but speedy, has a chance
23.7 miles an hour on the clock.
Xavier Worthy, I think, broke the record last year. I think he has a chance to break the 40-yard dash record this year.
He was a former high school quarterback who won the Texas 3A 200-meter title running at 21.27 seconds. Yeah,
Let's go.
He's got a good chance of potentially breaking that 40-yard record. And then also, like you said, he went for 1,054 yards and 6 touchdowns with Mississippi State. And like you said, quarterback play last year wasn't the most elite there with the Bulldogs. Jack Galladay, he's a linebacker from Cincinnati. Jeff Caldwell is a wide receiver from Cincinnati. Justin Jefferson, Alabama linebacker.
I love hearing that name all year long because it's like wide receiver, but
Yeah, linebacker. It's kind of like, who was the one that you like there from Jacksonvile? Josh Allen, the linebacker.
Oh yeah,
right?
Josh Hines
yeah.
Allen.
We
Yeah.
used to talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
That was word association for sure. Yeah.
Like a Rorschach test. What do you see, Jay?
Yeah.
Bryce Lance, wide receiver from North Dakota State, which I don't know if you saw. North Dakota State is trying to get into the,
I
the
did
Mountain
see
West,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Or the, I forget. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
Mountain West. Yeah. It might as well just combine and make themselves the pack how many ever teams they have again.
Exactly. Just
Bring back geographical conferences, please.
We talked about that.
Oh yeah,
right?
man.
Like,
But they won't do it until the money makes sense for that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Dominique Orange, a defensive tackle from Iowa State. Mike Washington, the running back from Arkansas. He's a little bit bigger back, 6'1", 227. He should run in the mid 4.4s, probably a 4.4 potential.
Ooh, that's nasty.
At 227, that's insane. Malachi Fields, a wide receiver from Notre Dame. Jaron Kanak, he's a tight end and H-back from Oklahoma. And then George Gums, who's an edge rusher from Florida.
George Gums.
Yep.
G-U-M-S. I'm at your gums, quarterback. I'm at your gums. I like that, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, just kind of chopping at you there.
And
Francis
the alliteration of it, right?
Malagoa, he's an offensive lineman from Texas, 6'6", 335. He also was clocked at doing a 1.57 flying 10-yard split. His output registered almost 10,000 watts.
He did a 10-yard split
Yep.
flying.
It was in a
How many broads could he jump?
For real. Yeah, no doubt.
weighing 335. His vertical jump was 30.5 inches. And then, of course, one of the big names potentially going early in the draft, running back from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
John Michael Geilenberg, a tight end from Wyoming. Good to see some of these smaller schools getting some guys up there. Chris Hilton Jr., a wide receiver from LSU. Darrell Jackson, a defensive tackle from Florida State. Parker Brailsford, center from Alabama. Zariah Branch, he's a wide receiver, kick returner from Georgia.
That dog.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Marlon Klein, he's a tight end from Michigan. Dylan Thinneman, he's a defensive back from Oregon. And then Jalen Wathall, wide receiver from Incarnate Ward.
Oh, sweet. That's where Cam Ward got his start at.
The JUCO, right?
Or
is it
I think it's just like a
Two, maybe?
Division 2 or 3, maybe NAIA probably sits right, but not entirely sure. And then he went to Wazoo and then Miami. So
Gotcha. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gabe Yakas is an edge rusher from Illinois. Kyle Lewis.
bro, have Gums and Yakas on it. Yakas, get him Gums.
Yeah, there you go.
Especially on the line.
Yeah.
That's great stuff. Kyle Lewis, a linebacker from Pitt. Eli Raridon, tight end from Notre Dame. I remember that name for sure. Emmanuel Pregnon, offensive lineman from Oregon. Do two more here. Cole Payton, who's a quarterback from North Dakota State. And then David Gusta, defensive lineman there from Kentucky.
Okay, man, have him in the middle. Gums, Yakas, and then what was the dude's name again?
Hold on. Gusto.
Oh,
Gusto.
Gusto. Okay. Gusto. I like it. Do you have anything else on? Well, I just curious. Like, how do you think Mendoza's going to do at the next level? Do you think the Raiders? Is it a foregone conclusion that he's number one overall?
I think they have to take him at number one. I kind of hope that they don't play him in the first year. Like, you've seen that go down so many times. And obviously, the quarterback coach there, Matt, is Tom Brady going to be helping him a lot too? If he does, I think that would be a great thing for him.
And Clint Kubiak over there. So, yeah, I don't want to see them throw him to the Wolves. One thing about it that a lot of people seem to say that he comes off as fake. Let me not say a lot of people. I've heard people say that, it's just so choreographed and all that. I just think the dude is a nerd. I think he's honest about that. And I think that he knows how to bring people together. And there's something to be said about a quarterback that can bring people together and not elevate himself over the team.
Exactly.
So
That's one of the most important qualities of a quarterback.
Do I think he's the greatest quarterback that we've ever seen? Absolutely not. I don't think he's as good as Cam Ward, but the potential is there. There's a nice ceiling for him if he does, because people like his name didn't just start popping up over there in Indiana. There was hype from him at Cal.
Yeah.
And then like he was a prize transfer going to Indiana, and obviously if Sig is bringing you to Indiana, there's
You're
got to
the real
be
deal.
some
Yeah.
quality about you. Oh, I love the hat there, brother.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
A little cockeyed. I don't know if it's the logo or.
It's just the way he wears his hat.
Yes, that is true.
Gangsta.
Ever, did we get on time? I didn't realize. I was
It's,
like, is it 11:30 yet? I was like, and then I
it's
looked down and it said 11:53, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, you only do 30 minutes?
No, I do an hour. But I
Okay.
usually take a quick break at 11:30. Though.
Yeah, you got it.
I just didn't know if you had anything after us. Okay, perfect. Real quick, let's talk about. We'll do some stories here in a minute because I have to send him stories now because he never brings me any.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm
Let's real quick talk
Geniuses
about that
normally
girl
are
flag
lazy.
girls flag football here in Bay County. I know Mosley has. I don't believe they've lost a game yet either. Arnold.
Shout out Coach Carter and Coach Golden. Yeah.
Absolutely. They got to be having so much fun.
Oh, dude, I got to see him the other night. We had a meeting up at Mosley to get ready for the upcoming season. And they were like, man, y'all want to come call one of the games? I was like, man, I saw some videos of it. I wish that I could. Working nights
Yep.
makes it really difficult.
No doubt.
But, yeah, dude, they I just love the excitement of what girls flag football is doing here, and you never know when is Coach Mulvey and Coach Hayes going to get out there and start coaching them up, baby.
I'd be all for it. But like I said earlier, I was at the Arnold game last night against South Walton. I was lucky enough to be able to call that game over the PA, which was a lot of fun. It was a crazy good game. Arnold had already played South Walton at South Walton, but when they played them last time, they won. I believe it was either 36-0. Yeah, it was 36-0. They beat Rutherford, I believe, 20-0.
Wait,
And
Arnold beat South Walton. Hasn't South Walton been
they've
doing
been-
this for some
They've
years?
been playing for several years.
Because we had the coach on, I believe, right?
Yep. But when we went and played them, when Arnold went and played them over there in South Walton, they didn't have the basketball players that were on the team and the soccer players because they were still playing in the playoffs. So this game, they had a lot more players for the team that normally play that didn't play over there at South Walton. When Arnold
What's up with Arnold's boys soccer team? Has that season ended?
Yeah, it did. They lost. They lost
Oh.
in the opening game of the state tournament
Okay,
to Booker
you know-
T. Washington. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so I think you were at that game and
Yep.
you had some things to. They're
Yeah, there were some interesting things that went down in the
I
game,
think
but like
that's a
Coach Jonah said,
beautiful
at the end of the day, the boys didn't play to their potential,
Yep.
and it ended up costing them in the long run. So, but hey, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't take away from the dynasty that they had. That's
no,
for sure.
not at all.
But anyway, the game last night, Arnold scored fairly early in the game to put them up 6-0, and then the rest of the game, there was not a single score. But Arnold had 5 defensive stops inside the 5-yard line in that game.
In flag football, that's
In
insane.
flag football, it's
that's
nuts.
insane because you can't tackle. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and all it
Golly.
takes is missing a flag. And then, of course, I want to give a shout out to Emma Krelling, who she probably had 9 or 10 flag pulls. But then on the final play of the game, it was 6-0. They take a deep shot. It's caught at like the 5, and then Emma dives and pulls the flag just short of the goal line to kind of save the game. So it was intense. It was
Matho's
awesome.
sister?
Yep.
Awesome.
It
Shout
was-
out.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and a great game. Arnold remains undefeated and has not allowed a touchdown yet on this season. In my opinion, I think that'll change on Friday
That's
night
off to you.
when Mosley heads over to Gavlax Stadium, which will be a great game. I encourage people to, even if you have no skin in the game, go out and watch these girls. It's fantastic to watch them play. They actually really punt too. And Emma's actually the punter for Arnold as well, as she's the goalkeeper for the soccer team.
Dude, you know what? I bet some of the coaches are watching some of those punters and being like, we might need you
Yeah.
on the actual, I mean, I'll say actual,
Yeah.
on the boys football
Yeah,
team, on
on
the
the
tackle
squad.
football
So
team.
they're actually punting then.
Yeah.
They're-
It's not like the
Yeah.
flag football we play in rec. You actually can punt. And if you got a decent punter, it can make a big difference on field position.
Is there a long snapper too, or
I mean, they snap pretty deep on every play because you can rush on every play.
Yeah.
You just have to be a yard back at the line of scrimmage, which is tough.
Yeah.
And the quarterback can run on any play, which is cool too.
They got some speedy ladies out there.
Yeah, Jerica Hughes for the Arnold team is really, really fast. She ran down somebody earlier in the game that had caught a deep ball and was running for the touchdown. She came out of nowhere and pulled the flag and saved the touchdown, which would have been, which would have completely changed the way the game was. That's for sure. But again, get out and support those girls. It's a lot of fun. It's cool to watch, and it's a new sport for all that stuff.
have you come up with a touchdown, kind of thing
I just do the normal, kind of like the touchdown from the Little Giants, where that guy goes, "Touchdown, Giants!"
Yeah, there you go.
But I say Marlins.
I was about to say, all right, coach, touchdown Giants. We were like, well, we are some big girls out here,
Got some heights for sure. Jay, you want to hit us with a couple stories?
My phone's dead.
Of course it is.
Dude,
Yeah, I know.
I literally sent you some good ones.
send them to me. I'll pass them over to him.
Let's see if I can do that fairly quickly. Did I send them via text, Jay?
So,
Yeah.
let's see here. While we're killing a little bit of time, Jay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Wait,
sir.
he said his phone's dead. Was that a lie?
Well, it come alive for a second.
All right, then read the damn stories.
Hold on.
Like, I know my eyes ain't that good, but that
The
looks like a little bit of light over there.
Was it
Were you just trying to get out of reading the stories because of last week's story?
Let me see the battery here. Hold on, because I associate with geniuses, but not genius and liars.
hold on.
Oh, man.
Marvin, you gonna make me read this?
Yeah,
I mean,
brother.
seriously.
Well,
Let David read it if
I'll
you
do
can't
it.
do
I'll do
it.
it. I'll do it. Come on.
All right, go for it.
Are ski jumpers enhancing their penises to fly further? WADA is ready to investigate. The Winter Olympics has long been a battleground for marginal gains. Just look at the International Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation, the IBSF, banning the new helmets Great Britain had planned to wear next week due to their aerodynamic ridges. Thursday, however, took things to a new level in Milan Cortina. Ski jumpers allegedly injecting their penises with hyaluronic acid in order to fly that little bit further. The claims were originally reported in a German newspaper, Bild, in January on the eve of the latest Winter Olympics, beginning in Italy and subsequently addressed by the World Anti-Doping Agency, which is WADA. The president, we told Benka, he makes some good money. We told Benka during a press conference. So far, so lurid, but there is science behind the allegations. Injecting the penis with acid would increase its size and give the ski jumpers bigger
No
genitalia.
ideas, Jay.
Marvin, he looks cockeyed, dude. I promise he's cockeyed.
Bigger genitalia. At the point their suits are measured by 3D scanners. Temporarily enhanced measurements would theoretically mean athletes being given a bigger, looser suit, like a sail catching wind, could allow them to make longer jumps. Research from the scientific journal Frontiers, published last
actually
October,
fairly interesting.
said that a 2 centimeter change in a suit represented an extra 5.8 meters in the length of a jump. Bild quoted Dr. Cameron Kareem, a senior consultant at Maria Hilf Hospital in Crefeld, as saying it is possible to achieve a temporary visual thickening of the penis by injecting paraffin or hyaluronic acid. No specific athletes have been accused of the practice, but WADA has vowed to investigate it if it is presented with evidence of wrongdoing. Included in their powers, typically reserved for tackling the use of PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs, is the ability to ban substances that go against the spirit of the sport. I'm not aware of the details of ski jumping and how it can improve, but if anything was to come to the surface, we would look at anything if it is actually doping related, said Oliver Nagili, Director General of WADA, when asked about the allegations at a press conference on Thursday. We don't do other means of enhancing performance, but our list committee would certainly look into whether this would fall into this category. But I haven't heard about that until you mentioned it. WADA president, we told Benka, told the same news conference ski jumping is very popular in Poland. That's where his home country is, so I promise you I'm going to look at it. Both Benka and Nigley seemed more amused and confused than outraged by the suggestions of improper practice, but Bild's claims come at a challenging moment for ski jumping. 18-month bans were handed out to 2 disgraced coaches and an equipment manager of Norway's ski jumping team on January 15 after it was found that they had manipulated the suits of the team's best jumpers in order to gain an advantage. Marius Lindvik and Johan Andre Forfang, 2 previous Olympic medalists, escaped with 3-month bans after claiming they had been unaware of the scandal that had taken place at the Nordic World Ski Championships in Trondheim, Norway the previous year. A whistleblower had filmed the head coach Magnus Brevig and Adrian Levelton, the team's suit technician, inserting illegal stitching into the crotch area following a previous inspection by officials. The changes that amounted to cheating were filmed by a curtain and uploaded anonymously to YouTube. They served to make the suits larger and more aerodynamic, thus enabling greater jumps in competition. And so you don't even have to be a ski jumper to go find this if you're looking for it.
Hyaluronic acid, Jay.
Restrictor
Hyaluronic
plate
acid.
skiing.
There you go.
Restrictor plate skiing.
Jay is going to get him a new golf club, ladies and gentlemen.
Penis gate.
I'm
Oh, shoot.
I'm going to read one, Jay, and then you can read the other one because that one's not nearly as.
Yeah.
And that wasn't really that bad.
No, it just said the word penis a couple
Yeah.
times.
And I'm
It's
sure
the biological or the scientific name.
That's
so.
the scientific
it's an
name.
organ, Jay.
It is an organ.
Organ.
It is.
All right, this one is from Terrifying History's Instagram account, even though this is not scary. A naked man arrested inside gym says he believed it was a judgment-free zone. Someone took judgment-free zone the wrong way. A man was arrested after he walked into a Planet Fitness in New Hampshire, left his clothes at the front desk, and started doing yoga completely naked. When police showed up, he said he thought the slogan meant he could work out without clothes. Police did not agree. He was arrested and charged after people at the gym felt uncomfortable and unsafe.
Dang it.
That's it of it.
That's it.
I just judgment free zone. I guess is one of those.
I'm sure he could, potentially sue for getting arrested because, I'm sure somebody could find that judgment free is definable by, hey.
Yeah, but I think
also
that the law
public
would
indecency. Yeah,
exactly. I
that.
think
Yeah,
common sense should prevail. Now, the fact that people can twist words they want
never
and
does,
lawyers
though,
are really good at that. But man, I just wish as a society we could really try to dial it back down to common sense being the winner in most parts. But
Amen.
I don't think I think we're getting further and further and further and further and further and further and further away from that.
Uncommon sense, unfortunately.
No kidding.
Jay, you want to end with that one? Then we'll go over some local stuff coming up tonight and tomorrow night, and then we'll go ahead and get out of here.
Former pastor sentenced to prison after stealing $400,000 from church. In Huntsville, Alabama, a former pastor in Alabama has been sentenced for embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars from the church. This week, United States District Judge Lyles Burke sentenced 42-year-old Adrian Durrell Davis to 5 years in prison. Davis pleaded guilty to wire fraud and filing a false tax return in October of last year in connection with the case. Davis betrayed his congregation when he abused his position of trust for personal gain. U.S. Attorney Prime Escalano said, "My office is committed to holding accountable individuals who violate positions of public trust." David was lead pastor of All Nations Worship Assembly in Alabama. According to court records, Davis served as a marketing consultant for ANWA and received a salary and a parsonage for his services. However, he was said to have used the funds on cars, entertainment, and other personal expenses. Boom.
There you go. Sounds a
Yeah.
little familiar what's going on here. And
No
although it's not with the
kidding.
church, but
That's crazy.
people, just if it's not your money, don't use it.
Yeah.
Common sense, like you said.
Yeah, common sense, man.
Common sense.
Had some, again, Arnold and South Walton played last night. Final score in that game was 6-0. You also had a varsity baseball matchup between Freeport and North Bay Haven. Freeport got the best of North Bay Haven 6-5, now improves to 6-1 on the young season. And then tonight you've got a baseball game and a softball game. You've got undefeated Bozeman traveling to Chipley, who is 1-1. That starts at 6 p.m. And then you've also got on the baseball side a big matchup tonight in baseball, 6:30 p.m. at Mosley High School. That is 4-1 Niceville traveling to 4-1 Mosley. That's a big one coming up tonight. I believe that would be a district game, right?
I would imagine that the districts are still what they were in the football season, but like next year, I don't think Niceville and Mosley are in the same district.
Yep.
They're still gonna play,
Which is
but
not a district
yeah, I
game
don't think
anymore.
that rivalry is going anywhere. Big news is that Bay and Mosley are gonna be playing on the final game of the season, like a real rivalry game. So that is something I am extremely excited about.
That's how it should be for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow night, going into the weekend, got a bunch of baseball, a couple flag football games, and some softball games as well. I'll go through this real fast. Arnold traveling to Spanish Fort. Arnold's 4-2. That game's at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And then, as we mentioned, Mosley and Arnold. Mosley 1-0, Arnold 3-0, traveling over to Gavlax Stadium for a big girls flag football matchup tomorrow night at 6 p.m. I believe JV plays at 5:30 That game may actually be at 7, but I'll keep everybody updated on my Facebook page for the Inside Drive. And then varsity softball, Mosley is traveling to undefeated Bozeman. Bozeman is 4-0. Baseball and softball doing well at Bozeman, as they usually do. Bay and Freeport play tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Bay is traveling to Freeport. They are 4-2. As we mentioned earlier, Freeport is 6-1. And then Rutherford plays Vernon in softball. Wakulla plays Bozeman in baseball. Mosley plays Crestview in baseball. It's another big back-to-back matchup for Mosley baseball there. Crestview is 5-1. Mosley is traveling up to Crestview on Friday, so a couple big games for the Mosley baseball team. Fort Walton Beach traveling to Rutherford. Liberty County traveling to North Haven in softball. That Fort Walton Beach Rutherford game is baseball. Real quick before we get out of here, I want to talk about Panhandle Credit Union. The quality relationships is what they are all about, whether it is donating to a community event, sponsoring your child's sports team. They are here in the community to help us out. Check out their great banking products, loans, savings, checking accounts, as well as mortgages. Whatever your banking needs are, Panhandle Credit Union can handle it. Visit any branch location or head over to panhandlecu.org. David, Jay, appreciate you guys coming in today.
Yes,
David,
sir.
let's do this a little more often than we have, if you have the opportunity, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. We can
For
make
sure.
it happen, man. That's like old times, baby.
Yeah, felt great.
It
Time
did.
just went by so fast. I want
Yeah.
to thank all of our sponsors. Again, we are live every Tuesday and Thursday on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, the podcast will be posted, fully produced and edited. We had to edit some of Jay's geniusness out from today's show. That's on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Audible, wherever you get your podcast information. The podcast shows The Inside Drive is there. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. Go watch some local sports tonight and tomorrow night. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday.